Hello and welcome to a Times special presentation for Thirukkural with the Times, where we explore real-world lessons from the classic Tamil text Thirukkural with motivational speaker, author and diversity champion Bharathi Baskar as she explores the masterpiece. Thiruvalluvar's religion has long been a subject of discussion, with different commentators claiming him to be of their faith, citing different verses. Statues of the poet saint have been found in places of worship belonging to different religions, and that has led to speculation. But does it really matter? Can't virtue and morality be discussed without a religious context?
I was at Kanyakumari to participate in a college function. The college authorities had booked a hotel for me near the shore. As twilight descended and the horizon shimmered in hues of orange and purple, I ventured southward, taking measured steps towards the edge of our vast country. Sitting on the rocks there, I gazed at the waters of the ocean confluence. Rising tall and resolute before me stood the magnificent 133 feet statue of Thiruvalluvar, a timeless sentinel watching over the merging waters. Coming New Year's Day will mark the completion of 25 years of this breathtaking statue being erected. Huge statues have an undeniable power, a profound impact that stirs something deep within us. Standing small before such monuments, one is often struck by the fleeting nature of individual lives, how inconsequential we seem against the great tides of time. And yet, history reminds us that a rare few, like Thiruvalluvar, defied time, their legacy echoing through centuries. My thoughts wandered to another statue of Valluvar, a much smaller one, seated serenely in a temple in Mylapore. My mother often took me to the temple. Back then, my prayers were practical and childlike, asking Valluvar for good marks in exams, as one might do at any sacred place. Years later, when I revisited the temple as an adult, the sense of tranquility it evoked was absolutely serene. And then another memory surfaced, this time of Shravanabelagola, a place in Karnataka which I visited many years back. Local guide informed me that Thiruvalluvar was worshipped there as a disciple of the great Jain saint Kunda Kundacharya, who had walked those sacred grounds. In that sanctified place, worshippers pay homage to the feet of their spiritual guides. I stood for a long time before one such set of revered feet, contemplating whether they belonged to Valluvar's guru. The atmosphere was suffused with devotion and a quiet sense of surrender. Whether it was the grand statue at Kanyakumari, the humble temple at Mylapore, or the lotus feet at Shravanabelagola, each experience left me with the same feeling: composure, gratitude, and an awe about the eternal wisdom that connects all of us. Discussions about Thiruvalluvar's religion have persisted for a long time. Various sects have claimed him as one of their own, citing couplets that reference theological concepts or deities or the divine. Over the centuries, commentators, guided by their own faith and philosophies, have imbued their interpretations of the Quran with elements of their beliefs. Indeed, the couplets of the Quran are so rich and universal that almost anyone can find reflections of their religious identities within its lines. Since the 16th century, efforts to establish Thiruvalluvar's religious identity have intensified, each group seeking to affix a label to his work. Yet, when one delves deeply into the Quran, it becomes evident that it defies such narrow classifications. Thiruvalluvar's wisdom transcends sectarian boundaries, resonating with all who uphold ethics and morality. India, vast and diverse, was never united by language or customs. Instead, it was the shared ethical principles that weave together the fabric of this land. The Kural exemplifies this unity. It stands apart, resisting any attempt to confine it within the limits of a single identity. Rather, it serves as a bridge connecting people through the universal truths of virtue and morality. Hence, it does not matter what Thiruvalluvar's religious identity was. Few works in world literature define ethics with the clarity and universality of the Kural. Thiruvalluvar's words cut across barriers of religion, time, and geography. Consider his profound insight. Manaththukkan, Maasilan, Aadhal, Anaiththuran, Aakula, Neera, Pira. A blemishless mind is the basis of all virtues. Everything else is empty display. As the magnificent sun descended into the convergence at Kanyakumari, casting its golden light upon Thiruvalluvar's statue, I looked up at his face. It seemed as though he was smiling, silently urging us to look beyond the confines of narrow interpretations. Why imprison me within the walls of sectarianism? His serene visage seemed to ask. In the fleeting moment, I felt an indescribable oneness with the vastness of existence. Here, at the southernmost tip of India, the wisdom of Thiruvalluvar stands tall, as unyielding and eternal as the seas that surround him.